Welcome to The Explainer. So, you're trying to get that flawless makeup look, but acne and textured skin just aren't playing fair. Well, you've come to the right place. We're going to break down a pro's complete guide to getting that super smooth, long-lasting finish, no matter what your skin decides to do that day. So that big question, how in the world do you get that smooth, perfect makeup finish when you're dealing with pimples or texture or just plain old oily skin? It feels impossible sometimes, right? Well, today we're going to take a professional's entire routine and boil it down to the essentials. This is a step-by-step guide that might just be a total game changer for you. All right, let's start at the beginning, the base. It's the foundation for everything else, obviously, and we're kicking things off with a secret, a big one. It might actually go against everything you've ever heard about covering up blemishes. Okay, before we even think about makeup, we have to talk prep. It is absolutely non-negotiable. If you've got oily or acne-prone skin, your main goal is one thing: control. So you'll start with a toner, right, to balance things out. But then, and this part is super important, you've got to use a gel-based moisturizer, not a cream. Same goes for your primer. Nothing creamy. You might be asking why. Well, think about it. Heavy creams are just going to make your makeup slip and slide all over the place during the day. We want hydration for sure, but without adding any extra oil to the party. Okay, you ready for this? Here's that big secret I was talking about. You know how when you have a red, angry pimple, everyone tells you to grab a green color corrector to cancel it out? Yeah, forget that. The pro technique we're looking at today, it skips that step completely, like doesn't even use it. So what's the magic trick then? Instead of that green layer, you go right in with a really good high coverage concealer. And here's the kicker. The advice is to use a shade that's just a tiny bit darker than your actual skin tone, right on the blemish itself. It sounds weird, but it's key. A slightly darker shade is way better at knocking out that redness than a lighter one, which can end up looking kind of gray and ashy. It's just one step, one product, but it gives you all the coverage you need exactly where you need it. And this quote here, it just sums it all up perfectly. The truth is that whatever you apply, your final makeup look should be good. It's not about blindly following some rule book you found online or in a magazine, you know? It's about the final result. And if that means breaking the rules to find what actually works for your skin, then that's what you do. So once you've done that spot concealing, it's time for foundation. And the goal here is to keep it light. You're just applying a thin, even layer all over your face, right over those spots you concealed. Grabbing a damp sponge is perfect for this because it'll help you blend everything out so it looks totally seamless, like real skin. Okay, base is done. Now let's talk about contouring and adding some color back in. This is where we get into the strategy for dealing with texture. And honestly, this is where so many of us go wrong and end up making the very things we want to hide stand out even more. So here we have 3 golden rules for textured skin. They're simple, but wow, are they powerful. First up, use a powder contour, not a cream one. Creams can get heavy and just settle into any uneven spots. But these next 2, these are the real game changers. Do not put blush or highlighter directly on a raised pimple. Seriously, think of shimmer or a bright pop of color like a little spotlight. If you put it on a bump, you're basically yelling, "Hey, look over here." So what do you do instead? The pro move is to apply your blush and highlighter where you normally would, on the high points of your face, but you just carefully work around any textured areas. You still get that beautiful, sculpted, glowy look, but you're not putting a spotlight on any bumps. It's such a small change in where you place the product, but it makes an absolutely massive difference. All right, our base is looking flawless, so let's move on to the eyes. I know, the smoky eye can seem super intimidating, right? But trust me, we're gonna break it down into a simple, totally foolproof method that anybody can pull off in just a few minutes, for real. Okay, let's do this. The whole secret is just layering to build up that dimension. So step 1, take a light brown shadow and just sweep it all over the lid as a base. Easy. Step 2, grab a medium brown and work that into your crease to start building some depth. Step 3, to get that intensity, pack a dark brown shadow onto the outer corner. Now for the smoky part, run a black gel liner on your lid and immediately smudge it out with some black eyeshadow. And for that final wow factor, take a silver shimmer with your finger and just press it right onto the center of your lid. Bam! And here's a great little pro tip that makes this whole thing surprisingly easy. If you're using a really good high-quality shimmer pigment, you don't even need glitter glue. Nope, You can just press it directly onto your lid with your finger, and you'll get this incredible, intense metallic finish that's not going anywhere. Okay, we have this perfect base, a dramatic eye. Now we just need to finish it all off and balance the look. And we're gonna do that with the lips. We're going for that super trendy, super high shine, glossy lip that you're seeing everywhere right now. And it's really just a simple 3-step formula. First, you've got to define the shape of your lips. A brown lip liner works great for a clean line, or you could even use a little brown powder for a softer look. Then, you fill in your lips with a nude matte lipstick. This just gives you a really nice, solid base color. And then, for the grand finale, you just add a generous layer of a really good, long-lasting lip gloss. That's what gives it the pop. And if you're sitting there thinking, but which nude lipstick should I use? Don't worry, we got you. The source material actually gives a shout out to 2 major cult favorites that are just perfect for this: Huda Beauty's Trendsetter and MAC's Burnt Spice. Either one will give you that perfect neutral base to make the gloss really stand out. So if you take away just one thing from all of this, let it be this: getting that pro-level flawless finish on textured skin isn't about piling on more makeup. It's the opposite. It's all about being strategic. It's about using the right products only where you need them, and maybe even more importantly, knowing what to avoid. It's all an illusion, and these are the tricks to create it. So there you have it. From that kind of counterintuitive trick for your base all the way to that strategic color placement, you now have the complete professional blueprint. This isn't just a list of steps, right? It's a whole new way to think about how you apply your makeup. So the only question is, which one of these pro secrets are you going to try first?